Hello, guys, and welcome back to Banter with Brooke. I'm your host, Brooke Podcast, and this is the 6th episode of my show. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can see, I look a little bit different today. I am not wearing my glasses, and I got my hair done earlier, and it looks freaking great. Shout out my hairdresser if you're watching this. And yeah, let's just get right into the episode. This episode today is going to be about how I found myself and the personal growth journey I've been going on this past year and a half-ish, maybe 2 years, and how I also have became way more confident over those last year and a half, 2 years as well. So let me just start from the beginning. Growing up, I definitely was not always confident. In fact, I was very, very much the other way. I was very insecure, and I really physically and mentally, I was insecure about my personality, things about myself, not physically, and then also my body. I hated the way I looked. I hated my voice for some reason. I didn't like the way I sounded. I just didn't like a lot of things about myself. And also I was overweight as a kid. Not my whole childhood, but once I got into middle school, I noticed I was a little bit bigger than the other girls, which there is nothing wrong with that. And I want to stress to whoever's watching, and if you're a little bit bigger and you're insecure, do not be insecure. Literally, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. Don't be down on yourself. Your size literally is the least important thing that matters. Literally, what you look like does not matter. However, it mattered to me a lot for myself when I was younger, especially like I said, all the other girls around me were not my size. A lot of the girls around me were very skinny and petite, and it made me just feel very insecure about myself. So I feel like that gives me a little bit more credibility that you guys can take my advice, because I grew up insecure. I'm not just oh, it's so easy, do this. Trust me, I know it's not. I was insecure for majority of my life. Like I just said in the beginning, I've only really started going on this personal growth journey a year and a half ago. So my whole other 19 years of living, I was very insecure. So it is way easier said than done, but I feel like I can help you guys maybe with your own personal growth journeys, and I want to help you guys just be more confident and talk to you from personal experience. So I was such a people pleaser my whole life. I really wanted to have people like me, and I would do anything to have those people like me. And when I would do that, it would compromise my own wants and interests, because I just wanted to please these other people. But in reality, I was hurting myself while doing that. And that is the main thing that helped with the confidence part of it, is realizing that you do not have to do what other people want you to do, or you don't have to act how anybody else wants you to act. When you start to truly just act yourself for yourself, you will become so much more confident. You need to really, really put your needs first, because when you start to do things for yourself, it makes you more confident. It makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you, the more you do self-deprecating things, when you're in a bad mental state and you purposefully stay in bed all day because you want to be in your sadness, which I've said in another episode, you should allow yourself to feel those emotions. If you're sad, be sad. That's okay. But you just don't dwell on it forever. okay, give yourself a couple hours or a day to be sad, and then boom, hop back where you need to be, because the world does not stop moving just because you had a bad day. And I know that might be a little bit harsh, but it's supposed to be tough love. It's not supposed to be mean. I just want you guys to, because you are a bad bitch. Like, you can bounce back. Like, don't let a bad day or a bad thing that happened set you back. A bad day is not a bad life, and you just don't let something, or the biggest thing too, do not let other people affect your happiness. Literally, if someone, and obviously, like, there's been situations where people will have made me sad or like done me wrong and it like really hurt my feelings. Now I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, now that I'm so secure with myself, literally I could lose all my friends. I obviously don't want that to happen, and I still would be sad, but it's like, okay, you can't depend on other people for your happiness. And that was another thing I really struggled with when I was a people pleaser, like wanting to do everything for them. I depended on that for my own happiness. Like, if I pleased someone else, like the feeling it would like give me, I like depended on that for my own happiness. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you cannot be doing that. So put your needs first and do what you need to do for yourself, regardless of how it's going to affect other people, because at the end of the day, you will feel so good. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Like, don't lay in bed all day, because the more you implement those negative self habits, then you will like do things that you know are not good for you. Then you'll start to feel like, some people genuinely like want to continue to be sad. Like, they purposefully listen to sad music, or like I said, they purposefully stay in bed all day. And it's like, if you want to grow and like build yourself up and get out of that, you need to stop allowing yourself to be in that environment. Like, make yourself get out of bed. Stop listening to those sad musics, or of course you're going to be sad. So that is just some advice I can give you on that. Another big thing is finding things that interest you or give you purpose. I feel like literally life is so, and this episode might get a little bit deep because I am a very spiritual person. I've recently been very spiritual, very like into all things, the universe and all of that type of stuff. So this might not resonate with a lot of you, but I just encourage you to listen anyway, because it might give you a new perspective and open your mind to help you have a personal growth experience. So I think when you find personal interests, like life, oh, this is what I was saying. Sorry, I've already said that twice, but I'm losing my track of thought here. Literally, life is so weird and pointless. Like, we're only here for a little bit, and then our physical body dies and our souls go and move on to the next thing. So it's like, it's really not that deep at the end of the day. That's like something I always tell myself. Like, if something really bad happens, it's like, okay, but what even is this? Like, we're on a floating rock. It's all fake. Who even knows what this is? So that's another thing. If you find something that gives you purpose, because no one knows what the hell this is. No one knows why we're here. No one knows anything. So I feel like that's helped me grow as a person, just realizing like, we are so small. Our little problems are so small, like compared to the grand scheme of things and how big the world is, how big the universe is. Like, whatever I'm going through is so small. And I also believe that everything happens for a reason. So whatever I'm going through was supposed to happen, and it will help me grow as a person and teach me a lesson and all that stuff. But I think, so like I said, how I've been really spiritual, that has given me a purpose in life. That has given me reason to understand what all of this is. Like, a lot of times when people go through things that are very upsetting, they're like, oh, why is this happening to me? All this stuff. And it's very scary to think about, or like, what is after all of this? It's very scary. So finding reasoning, whatever you believe in, like you, whoa, speak, girl. like I said, if it's spirituality, like it is for me, if you believe in God, you believe in heaven, you believe in reincarnation, whatever it is you believe in, believe it and stick that, because it'll give you purpose. It'll give you reason. If you just like don't care and think about nothing, like of course you're going to like be sad. And so just find something that gives you purpose, even if it's not in the afterlife, even if it's, sorry if you can hear my mom talking, even if it's not in the afterlife, even if it's here and now in the physical real world, find things that give you purpose and that interest you, and do those things and do them often, because when you find your interests and you put your time into those, you will feel fulfilled and you will grow as a person, because you're putting your time and energy into things that will benefit you mentally. Another thing I have, which this is more again on the spiritual side of things, is killing your ego. And I know you probably hear that, like, kill the ego, feed the soul, or starve the soul, I think. And that truly is so important, I think, for more of the personal growth aspect, not really the confidence, but to grow as a person, you truly do need to kill your ego. I feel like there's so many people that I know that like they don't think about anything deep ever. Like literally, sorry, mom, not to call you out here, but like I was reading this book. It's right here, The Four Agreements. And I want to start reading more spiritual books. And I started reading this book, and I was reading a passage of it to my mom, and she's like, yeah, that's too deep for me. And she's like, I'm like, no, like you're not listening to what it's saying. And that was just a little example, but I feel like there's so many people, like even like my friends or people that I went to high school with, like all they talk about ever is boys, drama, getting their hair done. Like, I mean, I literally just got my hair done, but like, you know what I mean? Like they would just talk about only surface level things. And I was like, you don't think about anything else ever. Like, and it was mind blowing to me, because I'm like, how do you not, like, some of my favorite things to talk about is just sitting down with friends, having deep talks about like the afterlife and like why things are the way they are. Like you can just tell that some people just don't think about anything deep ever. And it's really kind of concerning. Like they're just so wrapped up in themselves and what they're going on that they never stop. Like just kill your ego, kill who you like. I don't know how to explain it. And I feel like a lot of you probably think I sound crazy, but when you're so wrapped up in your ego and what you're doing, like, and you never stop to look at the big picture, like you're never going to grow as a person, because you're so wrapped up in the drama. Like you need to realize like you're so small. Like we're all so small. We're on a floating rock. Like nothing that you think matters genuinely matters. And I just think I encourage all of you to take a step back and just really think deeper about things, because I feel like you can grow a lot and realize a lot about the things and the people around you. And another thing besides killing the ego is feed the spirit, feed the soul, do things that I believe that we are all, you hear the thing, we're souls living a human experience. We're not humans living, like we are just a soul. And I believe that your spirit and you, your personality, everything lives on after the afterlife. I think your physical body is the only thing that dies. And so I believe that just feed that soul. That is, the soul is here to experience the human experience. Do whatever the hell you want to do in life. And I think feeding that side of you and killing the drama, the pointless stuff will help you grow as a person. And going along with, I think the physical body dies and the soul moves on. This physical body is temporary and it's here just for now. So I think do whatever you want. Going back to also like being a people pleaser and putting your needs first. Like this body do whatever you want, express yourself. That is huge to finding confidence. Doing things on your body for you and for you only is so beneficial to finding confidence. Doing things for yourself, like, oh my gosh, the older generations, like, they're so like, oh, don't get tattoos unless they have so much meaning. Like I feel like the older generation always has so much to say about something. Like if somebody has dyed hair, if somebody has a lot of piercings, a lot of tattoos, and it's like, shut up. Like, it's not the 1950s. Like, grow the hell up, shut up, stop, like, mind your own business. These people are expressing themselves. I think it's so cool. Oh my gosh, you know how much not hate, but like comments from my family when I got my septum pierced, and it's like, oh my God, who cares? It's a piercing. Leave me alone. And I also have a couple tattoos, and it's like, I never understood why people like can't get jobs if they have a lot of tattoos. It's like, how do all these tattoos affect my ability to work? And it literally doesn't. It's just because they care about what you look like, which is so dumb. What you look like does not matter. Express yourself however you want. And I think this generation, like my generation, is getting more accepting to tattoos and stuff like that. But it's just like, who cares? Being yourself will make you so much more confident and not caring what other people say. Like, I'm sure my family thinks a lot of my tattoos are dumb and my septum, or a lot of people around me. Who cares? Literally express yourself how you want. I think it's cool as fuck when people have big gauges, dyed like blue rainbow hair. Like, I actually think those people look cooler than people who just look the same every single day. Like the basic, like, girls. And I mean, I'm kind of pretty basic, but like, that's just what I genuinely like. And I don't even think I'm that basic, but like, I dress how I want to dress for myself, not for anybody else. And those people are doing the same. The people who have blue spiked hair, it's because they want to fucking have blue spiked hair. And I think it looks very cool. So that is another thing to being confident, is dressing yourself for yourself, and not even your clothes, with your piercings, with your hair. Like, this body is temporary. Like, if I want to get 1,000,000 tattoos and cover my whole body, which I do want a lot more tattoos eventually, and I want to be not like fully covered up, but basically fully covered up, I'm going to do that if I want to, because my body, when I die, that shit's going away. Like, it's not going to matter what tattoos I got. Like, if I want to customize my avatar while I'm here, I'm going to do it. So that's that. Express yourself physically, and that will help you be way more confident, and do it regardless of what other people are going to think about it, because their opinions don't matter. It's your life and your body at the end of the day. So next thing I have, again, sorry that I keep looking down, I wrote some things down, is faking it till you make it. Literally, nobody is 100% confident. Like, I have bad days. Even like models and people that you think are like so confident and so happy with themselves, like, they even have off days and terrible days. And everyone, even if you think they're perfect, everyone has something that they're insecure about. So you're not going to be perfectly confident all the time, but literally, if you just fake it till you make it, you will eventually start to believe what you're telling yourself. Like, I literally, like, I don't even need to fake it, because I've just gained so much confidence. Like, I just know and think that I'm so fucking hot and so cool and so awesome. Like, I'm not even faking it. That's genuinely what I believe. But for those of you who don't believe in yourselves that much yet, just fake it. Just try it. Just look in the mirror and say, okay, I look good. Or even like I said, everyone has off days, but if you're having a day where you don't feel off and you feel more confident, just you ride with that. Just ride with that feeling that whole day. Just be like, I'm so confident. Take so many pictures of yourself. Like, just butter that up. Like, sit with that feeling and take lots of pictures. So then when you are having a bad day, you can look back at those pictures and be like, I'm hot as fuck. Like, I look so good. Sorry, my throat's dry. I need water. That's another thing, is like, those days you feel good. Like, right now, I feel so fucking hot. Like, are you kidding? Look at my hair. My hair lady literally, sorry, I'm looking in my webcam. I look fucking good. I literally did my glam. My hair's done. Like, baby, I'm looking good. Doing that, like, I used to never care about my appearance, but I also think it was because I was insecure. So it's kind of like a whole circle. Like, I dressed in like baggy clothes and like not cute outfits because I was insecure, but then I was insecure because I wasn't putting effort into my appearance, and it was a whole circle. Putting in effort makes a huge difference. Like, if you are feeling off that day, I encourage you to do your hair, do your makeup, put on a nice outfit. And if you're a guy, first of all, guys can do any of that stuff too, but I'm just saying that applies to guys too. Like, put on an outfit that you like, do things that you like. Like, when you do that, you will feel so much more confident with yourself. Like, putting in effort into your appearance, like, you'll just feel good about yourself too, because you're like, wow, I got ready for myself and I'm taking care of myself and I put that effort into like how I look that day. So it's like I said, I feel so good right now, and all of you guys can too by expressing yourselves and putting in that effort. Even if like you don't have to even be going anywhere. Like, I'm at home for the night and I just did my makeup just for this, and whatever you want. Like, if you want to look good, there doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason. Just do your makeup and hair because you want to. If you're feeling down about yourself, it'll really, really help. And I think also changing your mindset is huge. I have a podcast episode up already called How to Live a More Positive Lifestyle. And I have some things in that episode that I tell you on how to live a more, like, how to be more positive. But I think switching your mindset over to a more positive, open-minded mindset really helps you grow as a person as well. Because if you're always negative and always thinking about drama, like I said before, like, you are not going to grow as a person. You are going to stay the same, stay negative, and repeat those bad habits that you're staying in. I think changing your mindset to a positive one really makes a difference in your personal growth and you becoming a better, happier person. But it also does make you more confident, because when you are having good thoughts, positive thoughts in your head, the less insecure thoughts you're going to have and the less bad thoughts about yourself you're going to have, because with your whole new positive mindset, you're going to make less room for those negative thoughts. And I feel like, I know it's easier said than done for a lot of you, but I just highly recommend you try. And I also recommend you go and watch that episode if you want to, if you want help on changing your mindset, because it feels good, y'all. Like, I used to be miserable. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I would always say to people and to myself, like, I don't get how people don't cry. Like, I would cry like multiple times a week, like all the time. And I was like, I don't get how people never cry. Like, I cry all the time. And I genuinely, like, haven't cried in such a long time because I just am not sad. Like, I am so happy. And it's like, when you start to implement the positive things and change your mindset, like, you don't want to go back because you're literally on such a high. Like, I just feel so good and empowered, like, taking back my happiness. I'm like, fuck you, anxiety. Fuck you, depression. I'm not going to let you ruin my life and ruin my mood. Like, it is so empowering, and it helps you grow and it helps your confidence. So I highly recommend that you guys try and change your mindset. If you notice yourself start to think negatively or start to think about insecure thoughts, start to think about anything, I encourage you to just try and change that. Like, realize you're thinking that way and be like, oh, I should not be thinking this way. I should try and tell myself something more positive. So I encourage you to all change your mindset. Also, another huge thing is do only what you want to do. This also, all of these things kind of tie in together, but that goes along with people pleasing. If you do things for other people when you don't actually want to do it, that is going to make you feel less confident because you're not doing things that you want to do. When you do the things that you want to do, you really take back your power. Like I said about the confident or the mindset thing, it's like when you take control of your thoughts and you take control of what you're doing in life, that makes you so much more confident because you're doing what you want to do. And it's like, wow, I am really like doing it. Like this podcast, for example, I was so nervous to start it, honestly, because I didn't know what people were going to think or what people were going to say. And now that I did it, like, because I did it because I wanted to do it, and it was so empowering, and I'm so glad I started. I absolutely love doing this, and I hope you guys like watching them as much as I like making them. And it is amazing. Like, and not even just that, like even for you guys and even for like little things, like I said also about like the tattoos and the piercings, like it's your life. Do what you want to do, and you take back your power and control and do things for yourself. That is like the number one thing to being more confident, is taking control of your own life. And I really encourage you guys to just, if your friends ask you to do something and you know it's not really in your best interest and it's not something you fully want to do, don't be afraid to say no. Like, I am recently sober, and a lot of my friends still not recent. Okay, well, kind of recent. It's been over a year now. But a lot of my friends still are not sober, and like, don't be afraid to just be like, I don't want to partake in that. Like, if they're your true friends, they're not going to care if you don't want to drink with them, like, or smoke with them or whatever. Like, most people, if they're your true friends, they will not care. And if they're trying to peer pressure you and force you to do something you don't want to do, even if it's not like drinking or drug related, anything you don't want to do, if they're like, come on, do it, and it's not something you want to do, those aren't your true friends. It's like, why are they trying to force you to do something you don't want to do? Weird. But just do what you have, the confidence and the power to say no, even if they are peer pressuring you, and just do only what you want to do and what's in your best interest. Another thing I have in all caps, this is like huge for confidence: stop comparing yourself to other people. First of all, this is something huge. Who wants to be like everybody else? Like, I don't. I sure as hell don't. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, it would be so boring and horrible in the world if everybody looked and acted and did everything the exact same. How absolutely miserable and boring would that be? Like, there is only one you. You are the only you in the world. So honor that and be happy with that, and like, just really dive into yourself, get to know yourself, and just be your best self. Be you. Don't try and compare yourself. Oh, well, this person looks like this, so I want to too. This person's doing this, like I should be doing that too. No, we're all different human beings. And once you come to terms with that, like, we're all our own human beings. We're all doing our own thing. Everyone's life is different. I literally saw like some like big actor. It was like, oh, this actor, like, remember this, guys, this actor didn't star in this movie until they were like 37. I'm literally making that up, but it was something like that. Like, if you are like 20, 21, 22, like whatever, and you feel behind in life, that actor, whatever, didn't star in a movie until they were 37. Like, you have time. And just because they did something, or all these other people around you are doing something, like, you don't have to compare. Like, that's their journey. You're on your own separate journey. Like, do what you want, when it feels right. You don't have to compare, even looks wise too. Don't compare. Oh, her hair is so nice. Why doesn't mine look like that? Because you're not them. You have your own, you have your hair. They have their hair. They have, oh my God, that was a fucking tongue twister. They have their hair. Or, oh, that person's so skinny. Like, I want to be skinny. You should want to be skinny for yourself. If you really want to change anything about your body, it should be for yourself. It shouldn't be because you want to look like this other person. It should be to make yourself more confident for yourself. And I am totally, oh my God, sorry. Talking this much really does make my mouth fucking dry. But I'm all for plastic surgery. I personally don't want any, but I think if it will help you live your best confident life, then I think it's totally fine if you want a boob job, if you want lip filler, whatever, but do it because you want it for yourself. Don't do it because a boyfriend of yours is like, oh, I think you need bigger boobs, and then you go and get a boob job. Like, fuck that guy. Anyone that comments on your body too that's in your life, or comments on what you look like and like makes you feel shitty about your appearance and like makes you think you should be like comparing yourself and should look like someone else, drop those people immediately. Your friends and the people you surround yourself with should not compare you to other people and should make you feel like the baddest, hottest version of yourself, regardless of what, like, I just really the main, like, stop comparing yourself for real. We are so unique and everyone is so special and awesome in their own way. You don't want to be like everybody else. Like, you're the only you. So just sit with that and just do your best at being yourself and stop comparing. Do what you want for yourself. Next thing I have is stepping out of your comfort zone. I feel like that is huge to personal growth, because if you only stay where you're comfortable and what you know, you're never going to change. Like I said about the mindset, like if you always just continue to focus on the drama, focus on the negatives, all that stuff, then that's where you're going to stay. If you only ever think that way, if you try and start to change your mindset to be more positive, then that's when you will start to grow. Same with doing things. Like once you start to step out of your comfort zone, that's when you're going to grow. Trying new foods, going to new places, trying to put yourself out there to talk to new people. I know it's scary and I know it's absolutely terrifying, but that is what's going to help you grow as a person. How do you know you're not going to like something if you never try it? You're like, oh, I won't like this. Oh, and then imagine you try it and it turns out better than you ever could have expected. Like, you never know unless you try it. And like I said earlier, we're just here living, we're souls here living the human experience. So even if you're scared, I feel like you have absolutely nothing to lose. I think you should just go for it and try it, because it could really help you grow as a person, and something you like never would have thought you could like. You could try it and it could be your career path that you were looking for this whole time. Like if you like, I never knew what I wanted to do and I want to really stick with this, but like some people like don't know what they want to do, and then some random opportunity comes and they take the opportunity and they flourish with it. Like, you never know what can happen. So stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking those risks and taking those opportunities really helps you grow as a person, because then you realize, like I said earlier, how small everything is. Like, there's so many possibilities. So step outside of your comfort zone, try new things, experience things you don't know if you'll like, or even if you do like or don't like, whatever. Go and do those things, because it could turn out to be the best thing you've ever done. Another thing I have is self-care. I feel like this kind of goes with putting effort into your appearance, but doing like maintenance, at least for me, has really helped me be more confident. Like setting aside those times to get my hair done. Like, I feel so confident and good right now. I get my nails done all the time. Like, and obviously, like, some people, like, you don't have money to get your hair done and get your nails done. And like, it doesn't have to cost money. Like, you can give yourself a facial at home. You can give yourself a manicure. Buy, like, I don't even know how much it is at the store, like $2 nail polish at the store, paint your own nails, like, or have a friend or a family member, like, give you a massage, like, just like doing things for yourself, like self-care wise and like self-maintenance is really helpful to make you more confident. Like, having that upkeep, and like it just makes you feel good about yourself, because it's like you're taking care of your body, and not just like the upkeep on the outside, like hair, skin, nails, like makeup, that type of stuff. Also the maintenance internally. Like I said, you only have one body while you're here. This is the vessel you get to live this experience. So take care of it. Eat healthy foods. I mean, obviously, like, treat yourself, and you don't have to eat perfectly healthy every single day, but like, eat fruits and vegetables, eat your healthy foods. If you want a damn cookie or a cupcake, I mean, please eat the damn cookie or the cupcake, but like exercise, not even like to lose weight, to look a certain way, just physically. It's great for your heart. It's great for everything. Eating healthy, it's great for everything. Like, just take care of your body internally as well as the hair and the external stuff. And that will help you feel more confident, because like I also said in the how to live a more positive mindset episode, or a positive lifestyle episode, your physical and mental go hand in hand. So if you're taking care of your body, it is going to help you mentally feel more confident. And I just feel like there are so many things, like I could go on and on. Sorry that my dog's barking. There are so many things that like can affect you day to day. And I know that like it's not perfect, but like it's so important to do things for yourself, like, and stick up for yourself too. I feel like a broken record, keep saying do things for yourself, but that really helps a lot. Like, I've been recently trying not to be afraid to stick up for myself, like saying no, or if I disagree with someone, like, it's okay to disagree. And I feel like a lot of times when you disagree with someone, they think that you're trying to argue with them or like start something. And no, it's like, I just have a different opinion. Like, can we not have a conversation about this? Like, I don't really get why some people argue. And okay, well, my brother's coming.
Special guest appearance. What up, Logan, Paul, Logang.
You're gonna make me forget. I already forgot my train of thought.
Special guest, me.
Oh, yes, I remember what I was saying. Okay, that was crazy. Like, people, when you disagree with them, think that you're arguing with them, and it's like, no, I'm just having a different opinion. And I think that's beautiful. Like I said, everyone isn't the same. Be your own person. And there's also like, you know, like the bystander effect with like bullying, how people are like afraid to like step in and do something because like they think someone else is going to do it, or they're like scared because they don't know what's going to happen. Like, I've been trying to like realize, like, I want to just speak my mind. Like, I don't want to like not say something because I'm scared how the other person's going to react, or like I'm scared what's going to happen. Like, no, I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. And I encourage all of you to do the same. Like, don't just go along with something if it feels wrong to you. Like, speak your mind and speak your truth. And if it's someone that tries to argue with you and like makes a whole big deal, those people should not be in your life anyway. Another thing to personal growth is removing those people that just don't align with yourself now and your new morals. Like, those people that try and argue with you, try and tell you you're wrong, try and put you down, like, remove them all. Like, literally, it's way better to have a small group of friends that you can really trust and count on than to have a bunch of friends that are just half-assed and terrible. Like, if a friend is literally, like I said like earlier, comparing you, or if they're just making you feel terrible about yourself and like start arguments with you, and like, so many people I know, like, a lot of their friends are just yes men. Like, you have to do whatever they say or agree with any of their opinions, and if you don't, they like try and argue with you and like don't want to be your friend. And I honestly feel like that's why some of my friendships have had falling outs, because I started like speaking my mind. And like, if my friends are in the wrong, I'm going to tell them they're in the wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just ride for my friends, like, no matter what. Like, if you did something terrible, I'm not sticking up for you. The hell? Like, I'm my own person, and like, I don't have to just do what you say and stick up for you, even if you're completely in the wrong. And I feel like a lot of my friendships ended because I stopped being their yes men, and I was like, you're wrong. And I think they felt a little threatened by that. And also, another huge thing I wanted to bring up about like giving you purpose and how I've been so spiritual, really like go into that, because like I said, I've started reading spiritual books, and I literally love it. I feel like this is the first one I'm reading of like spiritual self-help books, and it's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm only a little bit in, and it's already so eye-opening. And here's the cover of it again. If you guys wanted to see or take a screenshot, I highly recommend this book. And my piece of advice and quote for the end of this episode is actually a passage from this book. And like I said, I am barely even in the book, so it's not very far in, but part of the passage I wanted to read, it says, "Just being ourselves is the biggest fear of humans. We have learned to live our lives trying to satisfy other people's demands. We have learned to live by other people's points of view because of the fear of not being accepted and of not being good enough for someone else." And that literally encompasses all that I've talked about, I feel like, in this confidence and personal growth episode. Is literally like, people are so afraid to express themselves and be themselves because we have learned and been told our whole lives to satisfy other people's demands. We have learned to live by other people's points of view because of the fear of not being accepted and of not being good enough for someone else. Like, our whole lives, ever since childhood, we've just been told the rules and told what to do. And like, we have to live by those demands. And it's like, there is more than one right way of doing things. And I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that more. And I'm sorry that I got a little bit spiritual and crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. I think I'm 100% correct. And I know if you guys are spiritual too, listening to this, you'll agree with me and know what I talk about. But I highly recommend you guys think deeper into that stuff too. Another thing is like journaling, manifesting, like all of that has helped me grow a lot because I just have been getting so deep and just realizing so much about myself and what I like and what I don't like. And I just feel like I encourage you guys, whatever your purpose is or whatever you believe in, just really like take the time to look into that and think about it and all that stuff, because literally it will make a huge difference. And I hope all of you guys watching will take this episode as a turning point in your life to try and help you and help yourself gain more confidence and grow as a person. And we all have the potential to do so. And I think everyone's time happens at a different time. You know, like I realized this at 20. Some people probably will realize that at 30. Some people will realize it at 16. You know, whenever you feel the time is right, everything happens for a reason. And I just like, live for yourself. That is the number one thing for growth and confidence. Stay strong in your beliefs and don't compare yourself. Literally live however you want. Stop living your life for other people's demands because of the fear of not being accepted and not being good enough. You are good enough. Oh my gosh. Sorry. You are good enough and you are worthy of love, and the only acceptance you need is of yourself. Don't worry about other people's opinions. You're good enough. You're awesome. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Saturday's episode of my podcast. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to stay tuned with me. Hit the like button. I will have episodes for you guys every single Saturday on here and on Spotify, YouTube and Spotify. And I encourage you guys to be so confident and grow as people, because the more confident you are and the more you grow as a person and become positive, that is what will keep everybody good people. Just be good humans and be confident. You're awesome. You're amazing. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Love you. Bye.